I was driving home from a late night at the office. I was supposed to be working on a conspiracy theory piece, but I haven't been sleeping well. I keep having the same dream, Chris told me. Every night, sometimes more than once, I find myself climbing those golden steps and being struck down. So, in an attempt to get over these nightmares, I began researching this man, Lucien, on the internet. According to legend, which is very difficult to find, Lucien apparently once was a man. In life, he performed many great acts of kindness to help humanity. But with every miracle he performed, his body would deteriorate. Eventually, he became so sick that he couldn't stand, let alone go out to perform these deeds of kindness. The sun began to burn his flesh, so he was forced to wear a black robe. To protect him from it, and to hide his decaying condition. Even in this state, however, he would have people brought to him for healing. His followers took to wearing black robes to honor him. Every day they would gather around him. They began weeping and praying for his recovery. After many months with no positive change in Lucien's condition, a man named Victor, one of his followers, was overcome with anguish. He threw himself from the window. He didn't survive the fall. The onlookers were shocked at this gruesome scene, but were even more surprised to find that as Victor died, Lucien's swiftly failing health improved, slightly. As this discovery filled the room, several others there began to throw themselves from the building, despite Lucien's desperate and distressed cries for them to stop. At the end of it all, there was only 12 of them remaining. Lucien's health was fully restored. Horrified by what his devotees had done, he fled from them and was not heard from again for many years. During this time, a horrible plague swept over the earth, causing men's flesh to be burnt by the sun and causing deadly decay. It was during the height of this disease that Lucien reappeared, struggling to restore wellness to the most badly affected. But despite his most valiant efforts, the plague swept on and claimed many lives. It became clear to Lucien that he was the only one capable of stopping this. Anyways, I was driving home. I was entering the rural area near my neighborhood. There's a long strip of road and an empty field next to it. It was an unnaturally foggy night, raining off and on. Every car I passed seemed to have their brights on, and it burnt into my head, giving me a headache. And in the distance, in the empty field, I saw a light. As I drew closer to it, I realized that it was a fire. The closer I came, the more details arrived. There was a group of men circled around it, wearing black robes. And once I was nearly right up on it, right beside it, I saw that there was a post in the middle of the fire. And tied to the post was a man. And even closer to the fire, past the ring of men in black robes, was a man in red. A blood-red robe, holding some sort of book, a strange dagger, reading from it, chanting from it, as the rest praised or prayed to the fire. Once I was almost equal distance, peering out my passenger side window, the man in the red robe's head snapped towards me, as if he had seen me. My heart sank, a lump of pain built up in my chest, and all I could hear was a blazing horn coming straight towards me. I looked back out the front window and realized that I was on the wrong side of the road. There was a car veering straight towards me. I swerved off the road near the crashing. Once the car had stopped, I looked out from my back window and tried to see what was up the scene. There was nothing there. No fire, no men in black robes, no men in red. There was no man in that blood-red robe. I woke up at my desk. I'd fallen asleep at work, apparently. I made a pillow of work papers and news articles. Throughout the day, I wondered where the dream had begun and where the day had ended. It wasn't until I was back at home making myself a pot of coffee that I realized my hands were covered in some sort of soot or ash. I walked to the bathroom, vigorously trying to clean them, to wash them, because they looked pallid or inhuman. When I was done washing them, I looked at them for a few seconds. I had a flash of memory. I was there at the fire with the men, standing behind the man in the red robe. And out of curiosity, I reached out towards him. I put my hand on his shoulder, turning him around. His face was wearing my face. Or it was me. And then I woke up, staring back down at my now clean hands. And I wondered what really happened last night. Could have just been a dream.